Hi, I'm Midge Shoemaker, and today is day 45 of my doing 100 days of YouTube videos and focusing on today. And all I keep thinking about today is just a sick day, which is really ridiculous because I have been sick in some form or another since I started doing these videos, except maybe day one, which is insane. So, but no, I slept a little bit last night, just really tired. Mostly kept getting up every 2 to 3 hours and going back to sleep and going back to sleep until I was like, okay, fine, I can't sleep. This is ridiculous. So I got up, and then I was up for about an hour or two before I got something to eat. And then a friend of mine messaged me about something, and she's like, I hope I didn't wake you up. And I'm like, yeah, I wish I was sleeping. And then I finally was sort of sleeping on my couch this afternoon. And of course, my mom calls and wakes me up, and I'm like, thanks, Mom, love you. No, she did me a favor, so she was just calling to let me know that it was done, and I was like, awesome, thank you so much. And I'm awake again. And I guess the reason I'm calling it a sick day is just because I really haven't thought about anything today. I really, when I got my little on guard thing, diffuser, that's the word. When I have my diffuser going, my cough seems to be okay. And I'm sitting on my couch, it seems to be okay. And as soon as I get up and start moving around, it is not okay. And my head has decided that it wants to have a migraine, which I don't care for. And it just seems to be getting worse throughout the day. So I think it's either the way my neck has been crooked on my couch, or just because I'm really tired and I need to sleep, and I'm just not sleeping. Um, Not sure if I'm just not sleeping because I'm just not letting myself sleep, or if I'm not sleeping because my body just won't sleep. Because sometimes I think my head is more tired than my body, so my legs have energy or my arms have energy, and so then I'm like, that part of me, my body wants to move, and my head is like doing the whole weird dizzy thing, lack of energy thing, lack of oxygen thing, coughing thing, and it's like, okay, I can't. Reminds me of my grandma. I would tell her when I wasn't feeling good, or I had a sinus infection or a cold or something, and she would always be like, well, it's all in your head. It's all in your head. And it was one of those, I guess you call them puns, play on words. It was a joke because she knew I was really sick, but then it was kind of the whole, uh, I can't think of words tonight. I'm so sorry. Some um, people that always say that they're sick or think that they're sick and they're not actually sick, and they hear about some disease or illness and suddenly they have all the symptoms even though they're not really sick. And I know there's a word for that, and I can't remember what it is. So bad. So, and part of me, I know sometimes when I feel like I've got energy and I'm just laying around, I'm like, okay, I'm just being lazy and I really just need to get up and go to work. And every time I get up and try to do too much stuff, then my body's just like, it laughs at me. And it just kind of takes me down a peg, I guess. So, lessons in humility, just lessons in patience, and just being okay with not doing anything today. I was going to do stuff today. I don't remember what I was going to do today. So apparently it's not anything that I was supposed to do. I didn't have overwhelming thoughts running through my head. I did open my laptop a couple of times and couldn't remember what I was going to do on it. So at one point I just watched a movie on my laptop, and then I was thinking there was something else I was going to do on here. And I think it required my phone, and I had my phone plugged in charging, so that I was like, well, I'll do it later. I don't remember what I was going to do. Fantastic. I'm remembering now what I was going to do, but I'm pretty sure I'm not going to stay up and do it tonight. I was going to apply for something, and I tried to do it a couple of days ago on my phone, and it's one of those stupid things where it opens up more than one window. And for some reason, my phone doesn't open up a separate window. It just closes out of the previous one and just, replaces it with the new one. So I don't have a whole bunch of random windows open on my phone. Either that, or I'm not talented enough to figure out how to get to whatever the previous window was. So I was thinking what I needed to do was open it up on my laptop, but they wanted pictures, identification stuff. So I need my phone and my laptop because I can't really take pictures on my laptop. So it was kind of one of those things. Or I could take the pictures with, oh, oh, don't know where that came from. Sorry. Sorry. Anyway, it's, or I could take the pictures with my phone, but then I would still have to download them onto my laptop to do whatever. But I just kept getting frustrated because I did it like twice, and I got to that one point where it's like, okay, go back to the previous screen and we have your information. And then I tried to go back to the previous screen and it was gone and could not be found, and I couldn't finish the application. So, like I said, I thought about it briefly when my phone was plugged in, and I'm like, I'm not by my phone, and it's too much work. I just didn't do it. The only other thing I did today was count all of my change. I like to collect coins. I cannot tell you why. I like the weird ones, the dirty ones, the ones with holes in them, the ones that look like they're all aged or have, weird stuff stuck to them that you can't like scrape off or whatever. The brand new ones are okay too. But I just, and I like when they came out with all the quarters that had the different symbols on the back with the different states. I love collecting those. So I was needing money for something, and I decided to count my change today. So I counted all of my change, and I just kind of, because I like to collect the coins, I don't spend it. So it's funny because I'll spend money that's in my checking account or my savings account. I will spend money that's cash. If I have cash, I will spend it like, I don't even keep track of cash. I'm better at keeping track of money in my checking account, that I need to hold on to this, or, and usually if I put it into my savings, it stays there a little bit better, unless, I'm short on something and then I'm like, can I take it out of my savings? Obviously this past month and a half I've had to, but anyway, I just, in counting how much money I had, I've never included my change. I never included the coins that I've collected. So, and every once in a while, if I need something, I'll be like, okay, I guess I have a couple of dollars and the rest of it I can use my spare change. But I don't like to do it. And I don't know what that is for me, but it was funny, ironic to me that I don't even keep track of how much money is in there, because to me it's not money to spend. It's just money it's not money. It's a collection. It's a coin collection. So, and I think quarters would be my favorite to collect, but I still collect everything else. I still collect the dimes and nickels. I even have like the dollar coins. I have one silver dollar. I have, I didn't even know they had a James Madison dollar coin, but apparently I have a gold James Madison dollar coin. And then I have like 5 Sacagawea dollar coins, and I have one 50-cent piece. And once upon a time, I had a $2 bill. I had a couple of $2 bills, and then I think I gave it to my son, and he lost his wallet, so I gave him the other one I had, so I don't have one anymore, which is sad faces. But I held on to that $2 bill probably since I was like in 19 or 20, so like over 20 years, and then I gave it to my son. I'm like, that was dumb. And he probably spent it. He probably didn't keep it, didn't think it was some cool fancy thing, it's a $2 bill. But it was cool. I had a $2 bill, but it's gone, whatever. But I mean, those are kind of things that I like to keep. And when I was in high school, I had a nickel that had been run over by a train track. So it was like half a nickel and the other half was like totally flat. And then I had one that somehow had like a pinhole through it that you could, somebody punched a hole in it or something somehow. So you could like put a string through it or something. And I had a whole bunch of these kind of coins in my wallet. And I had a friend that was a thief, and she just stole the money to spend it. And to her, the coins was just spare change that she could just take. And I was letting her share my locker. I don't remember why, but I opened my locker one day, and there's my wallet from my room in my house. And I never take my wallet to school. I don't care about that stuff. I never carried purses, whatever. And I open up and there's it's empty. And of course, I never got the money back. I never got anything else back. And of course, my brother told me that she stole his wallet. And I was like, no, she wouldn't do that. And then I found my wallet in my locker, and I'm like, okay, my brother was right. I'm not very good at judging characters of other people. I think I just always see the good in people. I always trust people. I believe what other people are telling me. It's taken me a long time to learn that if I have a gut feeling that something's not right or something doesn't feel right, I can say no. I can walk away. I can be like, this is not okay. But growing up, I learned that even if I felt uncomfortable or it didn't feel right to me, um, it was weird because we go to church and we were told if it didn't feel right, then we should, walk away. But at home, it was like, this doesn't feel right to me. This is wrong. And then it's like, there's just something wrong with me. Or, no, everything's fine or whatever. I'm just being paranoid, So it's interesting to try to sort out what I'm feeling, to learn to trust myself, to trust my feelings. And it's so funny because there were some things today, a couple of times actually, where I realized that I'd thought something or I'd had a thought that popped into my head and I just casually dismissed it like it was no big deal. And then something came up today where I wished I hadn't dismissed that thought and would have done something with it because maybe something would have turned out differently. Or tonight I was looking for a book and I was in my room and it wasn't initially where I thought it was. And then I had this thought that it was in one of my dresser drawers. And then I was like, no, it's not there. So then I walk around the rest of my house and then I'm like, I can't find this book. And then I'm like, okay, fine, I'll go back and look in the dresser drawer. And sure enough, it was in the dresser drawer. And I'm just like, well, I could have saved myself the walk around the house and the wheezing and the coughing and the everything else if I just listened to that prompting, that thought in the first place and just opened the dresser drawer. But it is, I think it's God's way of teaching me that He's putting those ideas, those thoughts into my head. And they're not meant to just be ignored. They're not meant to just be shoved aside. I'm supposed to do something with those thoughts. So, and then I think sometimes if I come up with ideas like I should do this or do that, and then I go to do it and I forget what I'm doing, or it just isn't working out the way that I want it to, then maybe those are my ideas and my ways, and those are the ones I need to set aside, and I need to trust the ones that are coming from God. But sometimes I think it's a little bit confusing because it's just a thought in my mind like, oh, it might be in this place, or, might have put a book in a dresser drawer when I moved. And I was like, it's an end table, basically. It has 2 drawers to it. And I took a bunch of books and papers and things that I had, and I just stuck them in the drawers when I moved. And I haven't needed it. So figured that's as good a place as any to leave it because I don't really have any bookshelves or anywhere else to put it. So it works. It's a nice place to keep it. I just forgot that's where I'd put it. So, I'm looking for it in all the other places I would have thought it would fit. I would have put it, but God knew exactly where I put it. So, and I mean, it was like 5 minutes. It's not like it killed me to, walk around my house. Probably good exercise or so. Something. Excuse me. But I think it was also, a teaching lesson for me that I need to learn to listen to these things. I need to do better at when my body says go to sleep, go to sleep. But I'm not very good at that. And today was one of those days I think I should have just spent trying to sleep all day because I've just been feeling like I'm falling asleep all day and then just not letting myself sleep or being woken up or just not being able to sleep. Any or all of the above. I hope I can sleep tonight. I mean, it's so funny because I avoid going to sleep, and then when I have to wake up, I just don't want to get up, and I try to stay in bed this whole time, and it's like, I really should just go to bed when I feel tired, and then when I wake up, I should just let myself be up. But sometimes I think it takes me a while to just wake up and get moving, convince myself and my body that we're ready to start a day. Never been a morning person, probably because I've always just tried to avoid all the chaos and drama of my life growing up, and as an adult I just habits just avoid whatever. But if I could just stay in bed and sleep, then I don't have to deal with stuff, but stuff just gets bigger and worse and whatever. And I keep thinking I need to clean my house and get rid of all the funky smells and all the germs and whatever that's in here. And seriously, uh, I don't know. Just seriously not having the energy to do that, and then not really much of a clean freak anyway, so it's not my favorite thing to do. And I think that's another part of my frustration today is I'm like, well, I can't go to work. I don't really have anything else to do, so I'm just not caring today. And I thought I was going to have a really short video, and instead I'm just rambling about a whole bunch of stuff that I don't even know if it makes sense or if it flows together. But I know I did a few things today, and I'm grateful I don't feel really guilty about not doing stuff. Just saying it's a sick day today because just not feeling good, just struggling with the whole breathing, headache, cough thing today, just tired today, just accepting that, had a couple of good days. Now I'm having a couple of not so good days, and, maybe I'll have another good day tomorrow or next week. I don't know. I don't know what the future brings. That's why I'm sticking with today. This is what I did today. And I just made me dinner and I was going to eat it. And I felt impressed that I needed to just do my video first. So I'm trying to just do that. Trying to just do that. Sorry, left my water over there. My throat doesn't like me very much today. Okay, I can't do this anymore. I apologize. Anyway, that was my crazy day in a nutshell. Don't know how entertaining or helpful that is, but if you like watching my videos, you can hit like, subscribe, or share to someone else if you think they'll like it too. And I hope you have a great day full of gratitude and maybe do some writing.